Do you ever procrastinate for hours and hours on end without realizing that you spent the whole day not doing the things that you know you're supposed to be doing? Scrolling through different feeds on your phone, going to get a snack in the kitchen that takes an hour to make, or flipping on the TV to take a break are all forms of procrastination. And I'm sure with the vast array of procrastinators in the world, and you may be one of them, you can think of a few more ways that take up your time. In this video, I'm going to share with you 3 habits that I use daily to boost my productivity and to get more done. And habit number 1 is plan your day. If you fail to plan, then you are planning to fail. When it comes to productivity, tackling tasks, and getting your work done, it can be easy to get lost in the havoc of knowing what needs to be done first. What projects need my attention the most, and wondering if I'll ever get around to those small but necessary tasks that I need to do. That's why planning out your day is one of the best habits that I've adopted over the past few years to make sure that each day is as productive as possible while also blocking out time for my family. Each morning, I sit down with my Kindle Scribe and I open up to a new note. I look at everything that I did the day before to see if I accomplished all of the tasks that I had written down, and I'm only human, so sometimes things pop up and I can't get to everything that I wanted to. Then I write out my morning and what I need to accomplish. Somewhere between 5 and 6 a.m., I wake up, pray, and then I get ready for work. At 7 a.m., I play with my son and then I get him ready for the day. At 7:30, I typically do breakfast with my family, and by 7:45, I'm heading to work. Now, my morning routine is typically always the same, so I don't write down my full plan until I get to work. And as soon as I get to work, I want to know what I have to work on and what do I need to do in order to accomplish my goals. My long-term goals, my short-term goals. I have a long-term goal of making $100 million in 1 year. And some of my short-term goals are to make more sales and to record a new YouTube video each week. So now that I'm finally at work, I sit down with my Kindle Scribe and I write out my daily tasks. At 8 a.m., I start with my email. I read and reply to emails that are relevant. In the morning, it's good not to read emails that are unimportant or to read newsletters that don't pertain to any of your goals. At 9 a.m., I focus on sales and learning that skill more and more each day. I assess my current pipeline and what deals that I am working on. I then move to prospecting and research who it is that I should be calling on. And then I begin cold calling, and I reach out through phone, email, but most of the time I prefer to do my cold calling in person. There's just something about an in-person first impression that's better than an email or a phone call, at least to me. Then at noon, I go to lunch. Then after lunch at 1 o'clock, I typically focus on choosing my YouTube idea, whether that's business growth strategies, marketing, sales, productivity, etc. After I've chosen that topic, then I do extensive research and learn more about that topic. I spend about an hour doing this, and then I write for an hour. Now, after I get done writing, I typically go to the gym. And once I've gotten a good workout in, I go to pick up my son, and most of the time, our evenings are spent with family and friends. Now, when you're writing out your plan for your day, everybody will be different. Yours will not look just like mine, nor will mine look exactly like yours. And it may seem strange to write down your day if you're accustomed to waking up, getting ready for work, going to work, working all day, dreading the clock, coming home, eating dinner, going to bed, just to wake up and do it all over again. And it might even be a struggle for you to figure out what you need to write down. But I promise that if you force yourself to write a plan every single morning, you will begin to weed out the unnecessary things and begin to focus on things that bring you closer to your goals. Planning is the beginning of any process, or at least any successful process, and if you want to find success in your life by doing the things that you know that you need to do, rather than letting your attention float away like your time isn't of any value, then you need to plan out your day. Your plan doesn't have to look like mine, and you don't have to have a Kindle Scribe to write it down, but if you're interested, I'll leave a link in the description so you can check it out. You can even use your phone. Whatever medium works for you that you know that you can stay on top of and track your progress so that you can be more productive throughout your day. And that brings us to habit number 2, which is reducing distractions. I think everyone can agree that they've been distracted by their phone, social media, emails, or anything really within the past week, or within the past day, or maybe even within the past few minutes of this video. It is so easy to be immersed in the workflow of productivity and getting the things done that you need to be done, only to look up and realize that you stopped to look at something on your phone and you've been scrolling for 2 hours, and then you're wondering why you didn't accomplish what you needed to. And that is all because of procrastination. I read an article by Ali Abdaal that talks about procrastination and how we can stop procrastinating. And he says this: procrastination is the perfect example of present bias. And present bias is the idea that even though we can set as many goals for our future self as we want, it is our present self that has to do the action to get there. How many goals have you set in your life that you haven't achieved simply because you procrastinated so long that you ended up just giving up on it? It is profound to think that our brains know exactly what we need to do in order to achieve the things that we desire, but then our brains also tell us that we will not be immediately satisfied if we have to put in the work right now to reach that goal. Think of this internal dialogue that I'm sure many of you have had in your life before. You say, I'm gonna lose weight and get into better shape this year. Your brain says, oh yeah, we got this. Beach body, six-pack abs, no more feeling tired and lethargic. We're going to the moon, baby. Then you're excited and you say, I'm gonna buy a gym membership. Your brain says, it's so worth it since you're gonna get shredded this year. Then 1 week goes by. Then you say, I've gone to the gym 5 times this week. I'm already down 4 pounds and I feel more energetic. Then your brain says, you are crushing it. Let's go reward ourselves with some pizza. Then 2 weeks go by. You say, I only went to the gym twice this week. Next week will be better. Your brain says, yeah, you'll get back into the rhythm of it. But for right now, let's dive into this new Netflix series you've been wanting to watch. Then 4 weeks go by. How many times has this happened to you? I know for me, it's happened a lot more than I would like to admit, and not just for going to the gym, but for other things as well. After you've gotten rid of anything that can distract you from doing your work, you are ready for habit number 3, and this is listening to binaural beats. Have you ever heard of binaural beats? They're an unrated hack to becoming a productivity beast. Binaural beats are described as an auditory phenomenon that occurs when 2 tones of different frequencies, which are presented separately to each ear, elicit the sensation of a third tone oscillating at the difference frequency of the 2 tones. Binaural beats aren't only used for focus. They're used for meditation, sleep, relaxation, to better your mood, lower stress, and even some doctors use them for pain management. Imagine sitting down in your office to work on a project and it's loud, it's crazy, there's people everywhere, and you can't focus, so you throw in some headphones, preferably noise-canceling headphones, and you turn on binaural beats, and then you have this sense of serenity. This peace that comes over you and allows you to focus on the tasks that you were made to do. That's how binaural beats makes you feel, or at least how it makes me feel. If you've never heard of binaural beats or what they sound like, I'm playing them in the background, so take a listen. Do you feel more focused? As you can tell, binaural beats are much different from most music. There aren't many traditional instruments playing like guitar, drums, or piano, and although it has beats in the name, you don't typically find yourself bopping your head to the music. Aside from the many benefits that binaural beats brings to sleeping, depression, anxiety, and so much more, they are an incredible tool to use whenever it's time for you to focus. It's not the beats themselves that make you more productive. I mean, it is only music. But it puts you into this mental state that allows you to block out all of the other noise that surrounds you. It almost puts you into this transcendent state where you can rise above all fear and doubt and focus on being more productive. That is, if you let it. Everyone is different. Some people like loud, noisy, and obnoxious environments whenever they work. Some people like listening to worship music when they study or work. Some people listen to heavy metal to tackle their tasks. None of it is wrong, it's just all preferential. I personally prefer listening to binaural beats with noise-canceling headphones because it truly does cancel out all other surrounding sounds and allows me to dive deep into my area of focus. If you want to take your productivity to the next level, then I recommend that you adopt these 3 habits of planning out your day so that you know exactly what you need to accomplish, reducing distractions and putting your phone away from you, unless your phone is part of your work, and using binaural beats to break into another level of deep focus. Implement these 3 habits into your daily life and watch how they change your overall productivity. If you learned something in this video, hit the like and the subscribe button and hit that notification bell to be notified whenever I release a new video. And watch my next video on Marketing 101 to up your game in your business. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.